Manila Press presents Always Remember Your Name, written by Andra and Tati Bucci, and read by Helen Lloyd. Translation by Anne Goldstein. We dedicate this book to all the children of Auschwitz, to the few who, like us, survived, and to the many who did not. Forward by Ruth Franklin, New York, Fall, 2021. By all rights, this book should not exist. The survival of anyone imprisoned in the vast death factory of Auschwitz is unusual enough, but the survival of a child is another matter entirely. Those tall or strong enough to pass 18, prisoners whisper to new arrivals in Imre Kertész's autobiographical novel Fatelessness, Tell Them You're 18, were treated as adults, labouring and suffering alongside the general population of prisoners. But almost all young children, as Tatiana and Andra Bucci acknowledge in their astonishing memoir, were murdered by the Nazis immediately upon arrival. Yet the Bucci sisters made it through not only the initial selection, but 3 seasons at Auschwitz, surviving until the camp was liberated by the Soviet Army on January the 27th, 1945. The question of how they were able to live is ultimately unanswerable, a reminder that despite all the research conducted over the past 7 decades into the inner workings of the final solution, much of what took place in the camps will always remain mysterious. There is a common perception that the Nazis ran their extermination camps like a well-oiled machine, with every cog lined up to generate murder with maximum efficiency. But in fact, much was up to chance. The mood of a guard could spell the difference between life and death. According to the official record, on April 4th, 1944, 29 male prisoners and 53 female prisoners were selected from the Bucci sisters' transport from Trieste and Istria. The remaining 103 deportees, including Tatiana and Andra's grandmother, Nonna Rosa, and their aunt Sonia, were gassed. Perhaps, the sisters speculate, they were spared because of their mixed parentage. Their father, an Italian sailor captured off South Africa when Italy entered the war in 1940 and imprisoned near Johannesburg until 1945, was Catholic. Their mother had been baptized, together with the children, several years earlier, as a precaution. After their initial arrest, she tried to insist on the family's Catholic bona fides. Surely it was her quick-wittedness, they argue, that brought them life in Auschwitz. But the likelier theory, which the sisters also entertain, is that at ages 6 and 4 they looked like twins, the special obsession of the infamous Nazi doctor Josef Mengele. Disinfected and tattooed, they were separated from their mother and taken to the Kinderblock, the barracks for children, most of whom were the subjects of Mengele's notorious experiments. The sisters write their memoir as adults. Their book benefits from the maturity of their perspective, but it is always apparent that their memories of the camp are the memories of children. A note on terminology: the sisters were held in the division of the camp known as Auschwitz II, Birkenau, the extermination site and concentration camp for Jewish prisoners, and usually refer to it as Birkenau. So young were they that Andra started wetting the bed again, a problem for her sister sleeping beneath her. During the day they were allowed to play outside the barrack, though of course there were no toys. "We play with nothing, only our imaginations." In the summer they used pebbles, because there's no grass around, just a lot of heavy grey mud. In winter they tried to make snowballs, but without gloves their fingers were quickly frozen. No matter the season, their games were conducted amid pyramids of corpses. Most children at Auschwitz died within a year. The sisters survived, in part owing to the attention of their mother, who managed to visit them occasionally.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?